Okay, let's get a quick look at scope of work. At these two light poles over here, electric poles, are the end of the property. So everything from there up to the house up here is supposed to be graded as well as I can. This is a pile of debris that still needs hauled off. And then back here you can see it's all overgrown and needs cut back. So first trip, I'm gonna cut all that back so I can see what I'm dealing with. Then I'll be back with the skid loader and the power rake and the dump trailer, and we'll haul this material off and do the leveling. I started off bush hogging this side area just to find out what's over there and see what I'm getting into. And right now I've got the tractor hung up on a stump that got me high centered on the drawbar. And I had to push myself out with the loader and with the bucket. My mama always told me that bidding tractor work or property cleanup jobs was like a box of chocolates. Now, the property owners that hired me to do this work found out that is especially true if you buy a lot without having it surveyed or at least getting a good look at it. I've talked a little bit about the situation with this property in previous videos. Homeowners purchased new construction right here. Then this lot was grown up 6 foot high and they couldn't really see anything there. They wanted this as a place for their kids to play, put a swing set over here, whatever, and to be able to avoid having neighbor on this side. So they purchased this lot. Then they hired someone to brush hog it. And what they found underneath the brush hogging was an absolute disaster. Had 11 loads of mulch that I've already hauled off, and there's still a lot of debris out here. Let me show you a couple other problems. Like right here is like a 20-foot stick of rebar that I found over here. As I'm trying to clean this up, I'm finding all kinds of stuff. Like cinder blocks, chunks of concrete, big root balls from trees, just random pieces of metal laying around. They had no idea any of this was there. They also didn't know that this ditch and all the area on the other side of it was not maintainable. There's no way that a homeowner can mow this. Let me go show you what I'm talking about. And I said that this was a mess and there was no way they could maintain it. That's not just the debris all over it. It's that there's like a drainage ditch here pushing water down into their fence, which is a problem I can't really solve for them. But this ditch is completely irregular. You can see right here, there's mounds that are almost at ground level. But right next to it, it's 18 inches, 24 inches deep. And it's like that all the way down. Water could never really flow here. What you have is like a 12-foot wide cesspool or swamp area. And I'm gonna try to kind of grade this out. But doing this, remaking a ditch here, wasn't in my bid. And I'm gonna do the best I can for the customer, but I also can't for what I originally bid, I can't do everything perfect out here. Before we get too far into this, I just want to clarify something real quick. On my previous video about this job, a couple people told me to quit whining or quit complaining about it, and that's not what I'm trying to do at all. I am glad I took this job, and I think it turned out good. Everything's fine, other than the fact I think the customers should be upset with the company that developed this land and sold it to them without telling them what was here. And I wish I had been more thorough to find out what was under all that mulch so that I could have bid it a little bit better. Now that the job is complete, I would say if I was bidding this again, I would be at $2,500 if we're including the entire project, starting with the mulch haul off. And I charged them about half of that. But you live and you learn, and this was a good experience. What I'm doing right now is an initial grading with the bucket, just taking off some high spots. This section all the way at the edge of the property is full of stumps. The smaller ones that popped out easily, I pulled out. The bigger ones are not in my bed, and I left them there. I told them they could mow around the stumps, or I could give them a price for stump removal. Once I felt like I had it as good as I could get with just the bucket,
I got the Harley rake and got that put on, and that was pretty effective for pulling the rest of the sticks out and kind of pushing them into a pile that I could scoop up. I did a video the other day which basically broke down how many scoops of dirt I can safely haul in the dump trailer. And of course I cross-referenced that with the Weigh Safe hitch to see how much tongue weight I have and calculate how much weight was in the trailer. Basically with this loose dirt, I was able to fill it up and have it mounded a little bit, and only needed 4 total loads to haul this off.
I've only got so much daylight left, and there's at least 2 more loads there. I'm gonna try to get it all tonight, even if I'm out here after dark. But if worst case scenario, I may have to come get a load in the morning to finish this job off. But customer's already happy with it. They've already paid me. Let me walk you around and show you.
The customer's going to pick up some grass seed and get this all planted, and should turn into a nice yard for them, for their kids to play in right now. And eventually, I guess they're going to try to build another house over here.
I pulled 11 dump trailer loads of mulch off of this. And I had a huge crater in the center. Really, the whole thing was a mess, but I feel really good to have it done. Move on to the next one and maybe bid the next one better. Let's go get this unloaded. Well, I've got a few more trips to make. I don't need to show them all because they're all gonna look the same, but I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links over here to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.